Why does it keep freezing? That is terrible. Oh my god, bro. Bro, I can't believe it fucking crashed, bro. Like, I don't know if it's a YouTube problem or if it's a fucking network problem. That is just outright wrong, bro. That is not fair, like, everybody. Yeah, I don't know if it's a YouTube problem. Somebody let me know if it's a network problem, but it just literally just crashed, and it happens a lot, and just exited out of the app completely. And then the live is gone, and then you have to just like restart it. I just don't know what's going on. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, bro, this stupid fucking phone. I don't know if it's the phone or if it's the YouTube, but it just crashes like. This is where I was at the McDonald's. I'm not buying anything right now, but look, Big Mac with bacon, double Big Mac. I might get something later, but I'm not really hungry right now. No, this is a new thing. But imagine if I was getting something. Happy Meal. Dessert. I'll show you. I'll go back. English, Gaeilge, which is Irish, and then Spanish. Let's do this for Tiger. Look. Yeah, because like there's a lot of Spanish tourists that come to Ireland during the summer, and obviously they have Irish because they just want to keep the culture somewhat. Yeah, bro, he'll be all good here. Look, they're all Spanish. They're all Spanish over there, you know. But I could easily go up and say, hey, say hello to Tiger in Spanish. But it's gonna be a bit weird. What do you think? No. If you had a couple of drinks, you could do it. But I done it the other day. But I got some Brazilian guy. I was like, hello, hello, and then there's some Nepal guy. Not really, bro. I seen a squirrel. It's gone. What part of Ireland are you from? I was living in Cork for a few years. Dublin. Ah, come on, it's a bit weird going back now. And if I see them on the way back, or if I see somebody else, 100% I'll do it. Because like you got to understand, they're only about 15 or 16, and I'm like nearly 25. And even though they're guys, it can look a bit weird. If I had stopped them there and then, it would have been easier. You know, Cork. Now it's really boring around here. There's literally nothing around here, just houses. Look at this on my key. Fucking hell. Only 2 likes? Yeah, come on, bro. Do you want to see the buzz balls and all the Smirnoffs and all the drinks in the alcohol shop in Ireland? Like, the prices are fucking insane. You're going to be shocked. Like, I was staying in a hostel before, and this American tourist with her boyfriend was like, and the alcohol prices in Ireland are crazy. Like, why is it so high? I don't get it. And then I had to explain that back in 2022, in January, the government increased the prices deliberately to save people's lives and not make as many hospital admissions, and because it's a health problem. And she's like, that's why. But like, I think it's a kind of communist China kind of thing to do, you know, control people. That's my opinion. Bro, you like my Air Force? They're a bit dirty, but you know. Yeah, I'm going. It's just up here. Bro, should I get a drink or not? Like, I have 200 in savings. I have food until the next payday in my fridge. This week I'm going to put another 200, which means I'm going to have 400 in savings. I have 40 bucks or whatever you want to call it. No, I don't, but like I'm reducing, you know, like I'm not spending as much as I was other times. Like going to bars and blah 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 blah. Oh, I'm fucking trying, you know, I'm trying. It's hard. It's hard, like, to stop completely. I've definitely come a long way, like I'm reducing it to like once or twice a month. Bad feet. You weren't here earlier when I was talking to Tiger, but he was saying like, you just gotta stay busy. But is smoking weed though, like, not the same thing? Like someone having joints like every week, is that not seen as an addiction, or is that not just seen as chilling? Because I mean, what's the difference really? Like, you know, you're still doing something to yourself. Whoa, look, this is all abandoned. And then up there, and the roof is falling apart. Hello, Depression Talk. Are you the guy from the UK that I was talking to earlier? Like, I knew a guy that was addicted to weed in Ireland, and he used to spend all his money, and like, he didn't have rent to pay. His parents were rich, and they gave him like an apartment that they could have rented it out themselves, but they gave it to him to live in for free because they didn't want to be around him in his addiction, but they didn't want him to end up homeless. And they gave him an apartment, and all he had to pay was like €20 a week for electricity on a prepaid card, like a plastic card. and he didn't have any rent, and he's living in an area that cost $2,000 a month at least, and he was getting disability, and like all his money was just going on weed for years and years. He could have had thousands saved. I'm not judging him, but the guy had severe trauma, and that's what can happen, you know. Yes, mate. Yeah, nice to meet you, bro. I really enjoyed your stream earlier on because there's a lot of things that we have in common, you know. How are you doing though? What do you want to have a look at in Tesco? I remember having food from there before. It's pretty good. Where's the part place? That's great, bro. Let's look at random things. Okay. So they're doing like these, any 3 for $5. Yeah, Pepsi. And then you've Coke, you've how much is that? Any 2 for $6. Look at the cheap cola. What do you think? 15 for 12 cans of this. But then you have to pay a 180 deposit, but you get it back if you bring back the cans. Do you remember this Tiger? Wait, it wasn't the 0 one. It was this. Do you remember that? Yeah, it's terrible. Like, you know, this shop is called Tesco. Like, just like you guys have Walmart, so Tesco Cola, like Walmart Cola. It's just like, it's terrible. Like, it's okay. Like, okay, for the price, it's good, but you know, it's not the best compared to the real Coke if you were to compare it.
Ted, where are you?
Then you have this knockoff one, like it's like a knockoff Red Bull, Blue Spark. And then you have this Boost. Yeah, we do. Do you want to see that? this one as well. Like this. Yeah, this is like an expensive one. But this one you get more and it's cheaper. What do you mean as the bed fee? You're from America. Orange or lemon or pineapple. These are terrible. I don't know if you have these in the UK. But look. They're like the knockoff of the Walkers. And then you have an even cheaper one again. But I never had that one, but these are not good, like. But if you don't have a lot of money, I suppose you do the job, but these are the real ones. It depends. You can get it for all different prices. Let me have a look. Okay, I'll go to the bacon. I'll go to the whiskey. I don't want to check out too many things because I don't have a lot of time, but I'll try. Yeah, we do call them crisps. Bacon, please. Yeah, I'm going, bro. I'm going to find it for you. Everybody, there's 10 people watching. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Okay, be over in here. There's so many kinds. See, looking up that. I look so weird doing this. But yeah. Let's find the cheapest one. Probably that one.
You go with him, stay there, and I'll go over and pay for it.
Liked and sub, mate. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. Bro, I might just buy a fucking drink, man. I want one, like. Maybe. It smells terrible in here, bro. How the fuck did you get out? He's after locking the door and he didn't even tell me, like. He's crazy. I just walked right past the security. He just locked the door and he didn't even tell me. That's just ridiculous, like. What the fuck, like. Maybe he thought that I was gonna bring back the cans or something. I need to go now. I'm just walking around like a weirdo. Yeah, I don't know why. Hi, Joe.
Okay. No, that's all right. I'll be home shortly. I'll be quite a bit.
Yeah. That's very expensive, like 11.50 for 6 cans that are only that size. Like, it's really bad compared to England, like. It's that bloody minimum unit pricing that just fucks up everything. 18 bottles for 28. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just leave it for today. Save your money. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to you guys. I'm gonna walk out of here. I'm not gonna buy anything. No, I'm just showing you. I'm not buying it. I'm just showing you. Why don't I just go to McDonald's or something like? Like, that'd be way better. That'd be way better than just fucking drinking, like. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad, like. It's because of the minimum unit pricing on alcohol. They did it in Scotland and Wales, and they did it here as well back in January 2022 to reduce alcohol harm. But it's caused further problems as well. It's caused more shoplifting. It's caused homeless people to just avoid food rather than getting the food and the drink, you know? Like, but then some people have cut consumption and it has actually reduced some hospital admissions. But I don't agree with it. I think educate people more about alcohol addiction and maybe put the age from 18 up to 21 and maybe stop advertising it. I don't think putting up the prices like that high is crazy. Like there used to be like Tesco vodka here. It was only like €13 for a big bottle. And then like the 70 cl. And then, when the minimum unit pricing came in, it went up to 21 at least. So then the Smirnoff was the same price. So then everybody just started buying the Smirnoff because it's a much better brand than Tesco vodka. So then they just said, you know what, we're not even going to stock Tesco vodka anymore because what's the point? We have to, even though it's cheap and it's bad quality, we have to sell it at a really high price by the law. So if you go up to Northern Ireland, because they don't have the minimum unit pricing because they're in the UK, you'll get the Tesco vodka for really cheap. So people were even going over the border to get cheap alcohol. And like you'll actually find some products, like I was showing you, the Peroni there, the Smirnoff, for nearly half the price in Northern Ireland than you would here. And then they have like buy one, get one free, and they have like 3 for the price of 2. But because of the law here, they can't do those deals. All those deals are gone. It's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. You can't blame them, can you? I suppose so many people stuck in addiction, like so many people drinking. But I have noticed a dramatic decrease because I remember like used to go into town and you see bottles everywhere all over the ground. And then like when the prices went up, like you don't really see that much anymore. Now we have Law after terrorist attack. Sad, isn't it? Nourish yourself, boy. Australian MP is streamer's only friend. What could go wrong? Yeah, hit up McDonald's. Wow, that's expensive. No, just water. Maybe every 6 months or so. Remember what? Remember what happened to the bus? Yeah, that's because I was like drinking other shit and then took a sip of vodka, and then I was fine, and I took another raw sip and I was fine, and then I got too cocky and took another sip. But like, if I wasn't mixing drinks, I could probably drink it straight. Yeah, I could, but I'd have to take my time on it. But it's not good for your throat. It's not good for your liver. You know, I only drink whiskey these days, but I rarely drink that. Yeah, yes, leave for today. I homebrew all my alcohol. Just get water. Stay away from the booze. What is you after? No. Yeah, I could actually handle going in there for shopping. Too fast. That's good, I guess. My cousin died at age 23 from liver cirrhosis. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's really tough. I hope you're okay now and you're getting through it. Bro, I'm glad that you guys turned me away from there, because now I have like an extra €40 in my bank that I probably wouldn't have had, because one is just going to lead to another, you're just going to buy a bottle of vodka that's overpriced as fuck, 20 quid, and then you're going to be down money, and then you're going to be fucking complaining in the morning that you're hungover, blah blah blah. Yeah, Sean. Hello, my boy. How are you? Well, it's actually with the help of you guys, to be honest with you, because if you didn't say those things, I probably would have fucking did it. So every day is a blessing, I probably would have bought the bottle of vodka because it works out cheaper. Like, instead of buying those buzz balls for 4 quid for one tiny little buzz ball, that's already a pre-mixed vodka drink. You can literally just buy the big bottle for 20 and then just buy Tesco lemonade. That's really cheap, and then just mix it. But that's a lot of money. That's like €20 just gone like that. Like, that €20 could be spent on, some groceries for the week. You got to look at it like that. Like, food here is actually pretty cheap. In Tesco, Aldi and Lidl is even way cheaper. Food is actually pretty cheap, but it's just the alcohol and the cigarettes that's really expensive, You can pronounce water, food. Or how about I just go home and cook? That way it'd be much better, wouldn't it? That way you wouldn't have to spend any money, because I have some steak at home. I have potatoes. But if you buy a McDonald's, yeah, you're kind of wasting money. But it's a lot cheaper than getting drunk. Put it that way. And at least it went on food. Kind of struggling, yeah. With drinking, Everybody, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 500 at least, And I want to save up and try and get a PlayStation, And then like do some streaming, like gaming. Even to get to 55 subscribers, that's how much you need to get to do a live. Even that was a struggle in itself. I'd go on Instagram and say to my followers, people that know me, that went to school with me, follow me please, and then only 1 or 2, or they just look at it and they'd keep on scrolling and they wouldn't even subscribe. It was really hard. Bro, ignore my comment. No, it's just this. I'm trying to keep up with them. I'm trying to watch the road as well. I'll have a look. Sounds good. Are you struggling? He can pronounce water. Just a YouTuber. Where were you? Hello? Yeah, hello, bro. How are you? Good guess. I didn't see. What was your comment, bro? Didn't get posted. Just say YouTuber. There's a big black man chasing you. Can I make £100? Can I make £100? Why am I not working? Because I had a job and I was having insomnia with PTSD, and then I was late a couple times, and I didn't want to go on medication because that was making me feel like a zombie and sleep for 14 hours and be constantly tired during the day, and then to perform was hard then. I hate talking about it, I hate going over it, but I'll do it because it's just, a lot of people ask and then you got to keep explaining it, and it takes long to explain, and then, but it's okay though, it's not your fault. And then people, the night staff that were doing the tickets would just come along and just, you know, sweep the popcorn and the rubbish under the seats. And then there'd be extra work, and then you'd be bending down, breaking your back, your arm would be killing you. You know, you're going in with only 2 or 3 hours of sleep, you're exhausted, you're not getting paid much. No, I just, you know, it just wasn't working out. But now I have been sleeping really well. Last night kind of saw me again. I didn't sleep as much as I should. And the night before, it can happen when you're not expecting it. But for weeks I've been doing good. But I'm still looking for another job now. Every day I'm applying, you know. But it's really hard, like, you know.
Like, that's all I'm doing.
Like, if you don't have much experience on your CV because you haven't worked for someone that much for someone your age, because you had struggles, you had addictions, you had mental health, they just throw your CV away. Like, they're just going to pick the person with the most experience, unfortunately. But it's not impossible, but you just got to keep trying. I was thinking of saving up with your disability money and then getting a security course and then doing that, you know, because once you have the license, once you train, you're guaranteed to get a job. Like, I was a long time ago, started work experience. Oh yeah, show us how you can cook. Better have it for a job than being short and not having money. The bird and have money for dates. I need to lock in. Do you know what lock in means? I think all you know what it means. You guys, you know what it means. Eat at home. Don't be eating out too much. Don't be fucking drinking. Save. You know? In 6 months' time, look how much money you'll have. Imagine in a year. Apparently there's like a €10 deal that I've seen advertised on Instagram in a pizza place down the road. I might just go check it out. Yes, we know, lock in. Do you know what I want to do though? I want to keep the stream going, and I want to just get something quick and easy and then show you guys the beach, how beautiful it is. I don't want to just go home and then just show you a boring apartment and then just cooking steak. Like it's more interesting when I'm outside, you know, than inside. Like, so maybe just get the €10 meal deal, you know, just this once. Look, hey, spending €10 is better than spending €20 on a bottle of vodka and then waking up in bits. Yeah, guys, please go to water. Parents' house. Because I don't talk to my dad. He's a really bad person. He was an alcoholic, he was abusive, etc. My mother, it's a long story. She doesn't have her own home. She's renting a room because accommodation is really hard to come by here. I don't like fish and chips. I like chips though, but not fish. Look, there's a fine Indian and Nepalese cuisine. That actually looks pretty good, but I'd say it'd be expensive. Where are all you guys from in the chat? Let me know. Bedford, are you still there? So you live in the capital of our... I do, yeah. But not in the city, like just 40 minutes outside the city by train from the south, like south of the city, on the south side. By the coast, near the beach. I live so close to the beach. But where I am now is 20 minutes away from where I live. Even more south again. We've actually left Dublin completely now. We're in a different county, like a different state, as you say in America. But we're very, very north to Wicklow, which is like really close to the border of like the furthest south you can go of Dublin, you know what I mean? And this is another seaside town again. Brain food, yeah. You see that place there? Rum Romanian casino. I went there before and it was terrible because like the chips were just like chips they got out of the supermarket. They weren't made freshly, you could tell. The pizza, the pepperoni and ham pizza, you could tell that they weren't using the best quality ingredients. It was like something you bought. It was like you bought supermarket food and just made it up from scratch. That's what it was like. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that because people in in that country, no offense, are very cheapskate, and they're always up to no good. Same as Dublin, closer to Belfast. Is not doing good economically. Not really. There's a housing crisis, immigration problem as well. The Irish are sick of it, prioritising refugees over their own citizens. The same like most of Europe, because they're making money off it, and they're not making money off the homeless. Yeah, the only food they do was frozen pizza. Like what? No, that's crazy, bro. I never heard of that. Look at that, looks like a nice place. Shake Dog. Hi, how are you? There's the big buses again. If you're new, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, bro. Everything is closing like soon. Most things. Squishy Scream Bun. Up there. No, bro, it's kind of weird. Like, you know, people kind of see it as weird. You know, you need to do it at the right timing. Like, you know, like basically like outside a bar. If you've had a whoa. $8:22 p.m. Seafront. Yeah, bro. Like, look at that. Shit. Look at that hotel over there with the Ukrainian flag. I'm not saying don't help them, but we can barely even help our own people, and they took away too many. And, like, that hotel is full of Ukrainians, but I don't see them doing it for the homeless. The one just behind the bus. Yeah. I love doing these streams. It's so cool showing people from around the world, like different parts of Ireland, how it looks. Another bike. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Fucking hell, mate. There's so many teenagers down there. And like when they're in gangs, they can mess with people. And there's not much consequences. Because they're underage, you know? They better not fucking come into me and start messing with me when I'm streaming. But my place is further up. But I don't know if they're gonna come in. Maybe it's best if I go somewhere else, right? Oh, I know. Do you want me to go to the... There's a really nice place and there's a Chinese guy and he's so fucking friendly and he'll start saying hello, he'll start smiling. I'll put him on the stream for you, will I? No, I do stand my ground, bro, but I'm just not in the mood today. I'm tired. Maybe if I go to the place where the Chinese guy is at, bro. That'll be hilarious, man, for the stream. Let's go there, man. Let's go there. Yeah, he's so friendly, that guy. He was like, I give you one chicken, I give you another one for free because you're a nice guy. Oh, he's so cool. He'll be happy to see me, bro. I forgot about him. The only thing is, it's not really... Like, there's not really much good seating there to sit down. But, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, bro, our pizza, that's the kind of thing I'm in the mood for. Man, that's kind of sad. Those people are over there. That's the alcoholic spot. They all chill over there. They sit there all day. They drink beer all day until they have no money left. You know? And it's sad, you know? And they have their Irish flags there. And like here was a spot people used to chill here. And they used to just drink. 25%. Do you think my phone will make it? It's about a 10-15 minute walk. If you're new, like and subscribe, everybody. I really appreciate that. What's up, bro? But it's just like, even though it's so expensive, people are still doing it. Like, that's just the addiction for you. Wait 1 second, bro. I gotta take a piss. Wait 1 minute. Fuck. What's up? Yeah, even though it's so expensive, people still do it. That's just the addiction for you. Yeah, stay away from that stuff. Yeah, like I want to go to America, you know? I want to save. I want to travel. I want to have money, you know? Can you recharge? If he has an iPhone, I know he'd let me. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, he'd really let me. No problem. But I don't know which phone he uses. I don't think the Chinese are really big into iPhone. I think they're more bigger into Android, aren't they? Look at that crane. And all these, it looks like apartments that are being built. I have low self-confidence, low self-esteem in me. I am brown Asian. I have friends. She is white because of colour. Not able to talk nor able to take her on a date because of colour. Please advise me. Why are you not able to take her on a date? Is it because your parents don't approve of it? Is it because you don't really have much oh, yeah, low self-esteem, yeah. Bro, don't be like that, bro. I don't know what to say. Some of these things you just need to rise above. You're just thinking too much. You're thinking everybody's looking, everybody's staring. Maybe there's a few, you'll get that. But most people just go on with their day and don't really care. They're not going to be thinking about it all day. I think you're just thinking too deep into it. literally so quiet here. Joe, where are you from, bro, by the way? I'm so fucking glad that, like, you guys, you know, made me move away from that alcohol. Like, maybe go on a group date with more people. Yeah, exactly. That would be a great way. I never thought of that, but that's really good advice for him. You know, I'm going to be going to Birmingham, England on the 1st of June to the 4th of June. So I'm going to be streaming over there as well. And it's going to be a completely different place than Ireland. But it should be fun. The number one thing people need to is their own place. Then you can bring your girl over to hang out. Exactly. Like, I brought a girl over before to my place. I tried to sneak her in. And the landlord, like, seen the camera and was, like, up like a light. And then he was just, like, knock on the door. He's, like, in a really angry tone. He's from Romania, by the way. He was like, 1 minute. And then she left. You know, we just went out onto this. We just went. Where was it? We just left the house. We were walking down the road. You know, we did some things outside, but we couldn't really do much. We couldn't really do much, put it that way, because we were outside. You know, and if you get caught, you know, you could be arrested. Like, and the experience was ruined. And I couldn't even, like, see her again. She just didn't hear from her again. And, like, he fucking really badly ruined that for me. He could have just let it slide and says, look, he's young, it's just one time. But he didn't. Probably because he's jealous because his wife left him and he's not getting any girls. Free place. Kind of, bro. I mean, not as bad as other places in Europe. This is a quiet place, but those people walking past sounded Ukrainian. But that's a lot different than the ones you're talking about. I know the ones you're talking about. There is some, because they're putting them into every fucking town in Ireland. There is some, but there's not as much as there would be in France or Germany. But the cities are fucked with them, bro. The cities are overwhelmed with them, bro. You know? Like, I remember going into Dublin 6 years ago, which is not even that long ago. And now, it's like a completely different place. In just a space of 5 or 6 years, it's crazy. Especially in Dublin, yeah. Dublin's a fucking shithole. Save up for your own place. Yeah, I should try. 1 minute isn't enough to make a cup of tea. Number one, people, so then you get their own place, then you can bring any girl to hang out. But that's really annoying, though. You know? See, that's what happens when people don't own their own place and they're renting and they have all these rules. You know? And, like, it was 12 at night, 12:30 at night when we bumped into each other and started talking. What kind of hotel are you going to be able to book in at that time of night? I mean, you might find some, but you're gonna find it hard to find one. And I was drinking a lot at the time. The addiction was really bad. She didn't know because I'm still young. Nobody can know. When you're young, people don't see it on your face. It's only when you get older it affects you. And I didn't have the money for a hotel, even if I was to at the time. Just swiping by, say, New Jersey. Yeah, hey bro, how are you? From New Jersey. Whoa, I nearly got hit there. Bro, this place is huge. This place, Bray, in Wicklow, Ireland. Like, you know, like I walked, like I've already been on the stream nearly an hour, and I've just literally walked through the town. I haven't even explored most of it. And there's the train just sitting up there. This is good. He needs a long walk. Yeah, exactly, bro. No, it's really good for you, like, you know. I don't care if I'm walking 2 hours and it's late. You know, like, you're exercising, you're losing calories, you know what I mean? I'm not overweight, but it's still good for you. $11 likes. Not bad, but yesterday we were doing the best, the most ever seen when I was sitting down to see was like 19 or 20. With swans. There's somebody in that boat up there. Let's zoom into them. There's a few people in there. And there's people down fishing. Where are you at in Ireland? Bray, Wicklow. If you want me to be honest, it's emergency accommodation. Like, it's like an apartment owned by the council that they give to you temporarily until you're actually housed. But the place is suffering with damp, mold, cold, especially in the winter. Paper thin buildings, so like if you want to listen to music loud, you can't. If you want to talk on the phone late at night loud, you can't. You can't have pets, can't have visitors. Look, I've been in much worse situations where I had nowhere to go, put it that way. But it could be better, you know. It's really hard here. I did have a job at the time, and I did like get offered a room to rent, but it was so expensive and so far away from Dublin. And from my mother too, which is not good. And then like there was another place that was in Dublin, but it was like sharing a room with someone. And I can't share rooms. I've done that in hostels for years. I can't do that again. You don't know what the person's going to be like, if they're going to be snoring really loud or something. Sorry to hear that. It's okay. How are you, Annie? Oh, I was so close to drinking, Annie. Fucking hell. And thank God, because of bed feet. And a couple people in here, I forget their names, but they turned me away from it. Look at these beautiful homes. Sorry to hear that. Everybody, if you're new, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. They're good to do that. 100%. Yeah. I know a place I can charge my phone, but I won't be able to stream. That's the problem. Because it'll be their charger probably. They're not going to give you the charger because then you could just walk away with it. But that Chinese guy, because he knows me, he might be nice. He might say, "Hey, look, just sit down there, plug it in the wall. I know you. I trust you." But I don't know if he has iPhone. But I think a lot of the Chinese people are into Android, right? I'm starving now. You cannot just plug it in the store. I mean, if he knows you, if he's comfortable with you and you spent money there before, he might. I wouldn't just do it unless he allowed me to, unless he offered. Yeah, I was in the pub and they didn't charge your phone. A lot of times when you're in the pub, they just, if you have a plug and you have a socket, they'll just do it for you. Or if you go into like a McDonald's, a lot of the McDonald's have sockets under the seat. I should start preparing and I should start bringing the charger with me. And I should start charging my power bank every night and just bringing it with me as backup. I'm going to do that from now on and be more prepared because it's not good. But even though it's on 18%, sometimes 18 can last ages. It was on nearly 100 when I left. It seems to die down really fast when you're streaming. And even earlier on, the stream crashed when I was showing everybody the McDonald's and I had to make a new one. It's so annoying. And then people that I was trying to get to subscribe, you lose them. You can't find them again. I'm usually never out this late, this far away from home. I'm only doing it because of you guys. Look. Hibernia means it's the old word for Ireland. Ireland used to be called that. Why the hell is it so busy around here? Oh wait, it's not a Saturday, but I'm in Bray, in Ireland.